All right, welcome to the Let It Fly show. I am Mike Rozier. My partner Josh Jones is off this week, but we do have a Husker preview for you, getting you ready for the season. We're taping on Friday this week. We normally tape on Thursday, and so this will be out early Saturday before Nebraska plays UTEP at 2:30. So we'll have a go through a preview of the season overall, the record, and also talk about the UTEP game as well with some keys and picks and all that stuff. But we want to welcome you to the Let It Fly Sports Bar, the downtown Let It Fly Sports Bar, because as of today, there's also Let It Fly West out in Elkhorn, which opened on August 30th, the day we're taping, and then will be open tomorrow. For anybody who's not going to Lincoln for the game, they can go to the new Let It Fly West Sports Bar, which is 1311 South 203rd Street, and check that out, watch the game there, and just enjoy it. It's very similar to the one downtown. It's a giant screens. You can find some pictures on Twitter or X, also on Facebook as well if you want to check out what it looks like. But it's pretty cool. And head down there and get something to eat. Of course, just like Let It Fly Sports Bar in the Capital District, going to feed you well, give you great sports on TV, and the atmosphere is going to be awesome as well. So check that out. Let's get to some headlines before we get to our interview this week. This week, we interview the 1983 Heisman Trophy winner, Mike Rozier. Talk about a bunch of stuff with Mike, of course, the Camden native who, by way of Coffeyville, got here to Nebraska and had an amazing career. So we'll talk to him. But let's get the headlines first. The first one, and I was hoping Josh would be here, but just couldn't make the schedules work. But going over the schedule and schedule prediction, of course, Nebraska opened up with UTEP, which Nebraska favored by 27.5. Knowing what UTEP has coming back, knowing it's a new coaching staff, knowing that they have a brand new offensive line, they have so many replacement parts, I can't imagine this being a close game. I think if it's a close game, it's because Nebraska's making mistakes, and hopefully they don't do that, but I think it's a pretty easy game. If you watch Colorado play against North Dakota State, you know their offensive line is still struggling in a bunch of different spots, but they got a lot of speed on the edge. Jimmy Horn, great wide receiver. Of course, Travis Hunter, we know how good he is. And Shakur Sanders is as good as a quarterback in the country. So it'll be a test for Nebraska in week 2, but I'm giving it to Nebraska to win that. So starting 2-0, then win against Northern Iowa at home. And then the 4th home game in a row is Illinois on a Friday night. Nebraska has a chance to start 4-0. Last time they did that, of course, way back in 2016, where they ended up starting 7-0. And then, of course, losing to Wisconsin at Wisconsin in week 8. But I could see Nebraska very similar. UTEP, Northern Iowa, Illinois on that Friday night. You beat Purdue. Then you have a Rutgers game. You got to go to Purdue, first road game, and then you have Rutgers and Indiana. So I'm not saying that it's a lock because any game you can lose. I think Indiana's going to be a lot better this year. Kurt Cinetti, their head coach, is just a really good coach. The guy doesn't lose. He's won everywhere he's been. He's never had a losing season in his career, no matter where he's been. So I think Indiana will be better, but I can still see Nebraska winning that game. And then, of course, the stretch at the end, man. It's rough. You got to go to Ohio State. You come home for UCLA, a team who I think could struggle with their new coaching staff. They can run the ball, and Garbers, their quarterback, is pretty good as well. I just don't think that with that coaching staff, and by the way, they're traveling more than 23,000 miles round trip in this schedule. They're all over the place. I mean, they got to go to Hawaii. They're going to LSU. They're going back east. It's going to be tough on them. A little bit later in the season, I could see them struggling. Then you go out to USC, which is going to be tough. There's really 3 games. Ohio State, I don't think is winnable. I think USC is kind of a toss-up. Since you're going there, I probably would favor the Trojans by a little bit. Then, of course, you have Iowa, the final game of the season, where I would make Iowa a favorite right now. And then Wisconsin's kind of a pick 'em. So that's 4 games that are either Nebraska's going to be an underdog or it's going to be a pick 'em. And so I think they split the Wisconsin-Iowa one. Whether they beat Iowa, they beat Wisconsin, doesn't matter. They split that. And I think 8-4. I think Nebraska finishes the season 8-4. First winning season since 2016. First bowl appearance since 2016. And gets on track. Traditionally, outside of Scott Frost, you can go all the way back to Bob Devaney. The second year of a coach at Nebraska, in general, there has been a jump. There was a jump. Obviously, you saw the jump with even Bill Callahan after Frank Solich. You saw the jump. 1998 was a okay year. At 99, they could have won the national championship. Bill Callahan comes in 04, don't make a bowl game. 05, they go to the Alamo Bowl, they beat Michigan, right? So Bo Pelini, it's a good year in 08. 09's even better. You go to the Big 12 championship game and lose to Texas, one of the best teams he had there. Same thing true with Mike Riley. Didn't go great in 2015, got to a bowl, had a losing record. Then you go to 2016 and they have the best season that Nebraska's had in the last 8 years. So second year under Matt Rule, I expect to be pretty good. So we're going to go with 8-4. The second headline, who makes it to the college football playoff this year from the Big Ten? Now, there's 12 teams that are going to be going, right? You know the SEC is going to probably get 4, maybe even 5. I think 4 is the number. The favorite from the Big Ten is Ohio State. Then Oregon, Penn State, Michigan, USC, Iowa. The sneaky one out of this is Iowa because you got to look at Iowa's schedule and the way it runs through. Iowa could go 10-2. If they're 10-2 at the end of the year, it wouldn't be a shock if they got somehow into the college football playoff. But I think Ohio State and Oregon, they both get in. And then Penn State has got a schedule that I think could fit for them getting in. James Franklin's been really close. If years past, if we'd have had this college ball playoff being 12 teams, he would have gotten in. But hasn't made it yet. I wouldn't be surprised if they get in. So I'm going to go to Ohio State, Oregon. I'm going to go Penn State. And I think Iowa sneaks in. I really do. I think Iowa goes 10-2. Maybe they go 11-1, depending on what happens the last game of the season against Nebraska. And I think they sneak in there as well. Headline number 3. Here's what to look out for against UTEP on Saturday. We'll get this out Saturday morning, and so you'll be able to hear some of these. But here's what we got going on. Scotty Walden comes in as the new coach from Austin Peay. Had a really good time there at Austin Peay. Winning record, 26-14. Led the Governors to the FCS playoffs. High-tempo offense, goes really fast. A lot of screens, a lot of misdirection. Tries to get the ball to the minor back. That's the name of the position. That's kind of like that Percy Harvin position where you're playing some slot, you're playing some wide receiver, you're playing some running back. They'll try to get the ball to him. Very similar to what we saw last year against Louisiana Tech when they were trying to get the ball to Smoke Harris. But they have 2 quarterbacks going into the game. Just yesterday, Scotty Walden, the head coach, announced that it'd be Skylar Locklear, who's a transfer from Austin Peay. Hasn't really ever started in his career, but he's a dual-threat guy. I think both quarterbacks play. The other one's Cade McConnell, who was at UTEP the last 6 games of last year and did some good things. And the last person to watch out for is Trey Goodman, who's a wide receiver that's coming over from Austin Peay. Very talented wide receiver, about 5'11", 200 pounds, really good, 34 catches last year. So I could see him, along with Cam Thomas, that minor back, giving Nebraska a little bit of problems. And then their defense is called the Orange Storm. They're bringing over the defensive coordinator from Austin Peay. They changed. You got 4-3, 3-4. They move a lot. They try to trick you a little bit. Best defensive player is Maurice Westmoreland. He's number 0. He's their pass rusher. 7.5 sacks last year. Bunch of tackles for loss. He's the main guy Nebraska needs to slow down on defense. But overall, this is a team that's not very good on the defensive line outside of Westmoreland. Not great on the offensive line with all the guys changing over. Nebraska should win the battle of the trenches. They should be able to move UTEP around. Coming up next, we will chat with the former Heisman Trophy winner, former Nebraska Cornhusker, former USFL running back, and NFL running back as well. Mike Rozier joins us next here on the Let It Fly Show.
On a Sunday.
Gotta go. I forgot the sausage.
You guys ready to eat? There you go. On a Sunday.
All right, welcome back to the Let It Fly Show. We are joined by the 1983 Heisman Trophy winner, of course, former Husker and NFL running back, Mike Rozier. How you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic. I woke up this morning. As long as I wake up, it's a blessing.
Yeah. I saw you had the chapstick on, got yourself ready to go.
All right,
I know you're ready to talk when you get the chapstick going.
Well, I don't like chapped lips, you know. If I see you somewhere chapped lips, I'm gonna give you some of my chapstick.
That's all right. I have actually never in my life used chapstick.
Nah.
No, I got moist lips.
You got pretty lips.
I got moist lips.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is. It's very weird. I appreciate that, Mike. Why are you in town? Tell us what's going on.
I'm doing stuff with John and myself and Eric. We're doing I just did a signing earlier today.
Yeah.
The young lady did a painting for us. It looks pretty good. I like it. She's
Is it Ashley Pittsnoggle? Did she do it? Is it Ashley Pittsnoggle?
Yes.
She's amazing.
She's
really
amazing.
Good.
I met her mother and her sister, her father, her brother. They all look alike.
Yeah, that's true.
What I want to say, I can't say.
No, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
But yeah, they all look alike.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. How many of those, you call them signings or engagements that you guys do together a year, would you say?
Oh, maybe 3 a year. But I do a lot back home.
Yeah.
I go to Nebraska, come here, go to Houston.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's basically my job.
Right.
Play golf, sign some autograph, and meet new friends.
Yeah. One of the things that I really admire about you, Johnny, and Eric is that you're always there for each other. You have an event going on in Jersey or wherever, Johnny's going there. He's got something like the Jet Award Gala. You're here. Can you talk about that relationship?
Yeah, it's not just us three. It's all the Heisman guys. We try to support each other.
Yeah.
George Rogers, Tony Dorsett,
I'm a big Saints
Archie
fan,
Griffin.
by the way. I like George Rogers.
Big George.
That was
if you
a
see
good.
George now, you won't think he's a running back.
Oh no, I've seen him.
Oh, he's bigger than that glass.
I've seen him. Yeah.
But anyway, we support each other. We try to help each other out.
Yeah.
Archie Griffin. Oh, yeah, that's what we do. Help each other out.
It's awesome. What do you think about Reggie Bush getting his Heisman back?
I don't know why. I'm glad he got it back.
Yes.
Why they took it, it was their fault and Reggie's fault. You asked me, but
Yeah.
Reggie's a good guy. He deserved it. I mean, he worked hard for it, and he got it.
Yeah. Listen. The way things are going right now, where these guys are making $1 million with NIL, it's kind of weird to
NIL.
think about. He got some free rent back when he was in college
It is.
compared to what
I mean,
they're getting now.
Right. I mean, I wish we had it when I was
I know,
playing
I bet.
ball.
I
I
bet.
wouldn't even play pro ball. I just do 6 years of college and I'll be
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
But I'm happy for the young guys making a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
But what they gonna do with it? They never had it before. First thing they want to do, go buy a big house, go buy cars,
Yeah.
jewelry. I mean, I understand that. I did some of that, and I made it. But I had 6 brothers and my mom and dad, and my uncles and aunts to look out for.
Right.
It wasn't just me, but
Yeah.
I was blessed to do it, though.
No doubt. Mike Rozier joining us here on the Let It Fly show. Take you back to that moment, because the show has changed. The Heisman show has changed from where it used to be. Sometimes back in the day, the person who won wasn't even there. I remember Barry Sanders was like playing overseas in a game. That moment, first of all, did you have a good idea you were going to win? Kind of walk us through that day.
Well, that year was 83.
Yep.
I ran over 2,000 yards. Marcus was first. I was second.
Yeah.
We lost one game, Orange Bowl National Championship. I had an idea I wanted, but I was more proud of seeing my mom and dad see me getting that trophy because I never started out playing football saying I'm going to win a trophy.
Right.
I was just gifted, and I just kept on doing what I like to do, running football.
Right.
I mean, I love baseball. I quit baseball when I got in high school. It threw a fast curveball at me. I said I quit that. I tried wrestling.
Right.
Too sweaty. I got done with that. And I ran track and played football and basketball.
Yeah.
But I met a lot of people. It was a great experience. If I had to do it again, I'd do the same thing. I wouldn't change nothing. I mean, I've been through some ups and downs like anybody else. Everybody think my life is, you Mike Rozier, you go here, you get this free, you get that free.
Yeah.
This ain't like that. I mean, I've been shot 3 times.
I know.
I did drugs.
Yeah.
I did all that. All right. So, and he's still blessing me to keep me here on this earth.
Yeah.
Hey, I got to straighten up. You got to straighten up. I don't understand. I know some of my boys and some people I know are still out there doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
And they still alive. And they don't know it's a blessing to be alive.
Yeah. We always say, being from New Orleans, you have a lot of people that say, I wish I wouldn't have done that. But it's too late once you said that. Talk about growing up in Camden. What was that like?
Growing up in Camden, well, for me, my mother, I lived in South Camden.
Okay.
I left South Camden when I was 5 years old. My mother bought the house in East Camden. Majority black in South Camden, majority white in South Camden.
Okay.
But she bought the house for $1.
What?
And, for $1.
Okay.
Yeah. 6 boys. We all had something to do in the house, to
I
work
bet.
and everything.
Yeah.
My dad had 2 jobs. So, and if you was my neighbor, you couldn't bring me home because my dad gonna whoop my ass. My dad's gonna beat me.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Well, not beat me, correct me.
You're right. Yeah. Discipline.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, these days of day, these kids got on videos and everything. They want to stay in the house.
Right.
Get out and play.
Yeah.
I mean, all my brothers play sports. We all play sports. We love our parents. We love our neighborhood.
Yeah.
We love the neighbors. And our neighbors kept us in line, too.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't just my mom and dad.
Yeah.
It wasn't for the neighbors, I'd probably be in jail.
Yeah, I was going to say that if you got in trouble 2 miles from home, you might have got 3 whippings by the time you got home.
Oh,
but other people who were watching out for you.
And then dad come home for 2 jobs.
Yep.
And you walk in, he wouldn't even ask, Mr. Bill, why you bring him home? Oh,
Right.
yeah. Mr. Bill brought you home?
Right.
Get upstairs.
It's
and make you wait.
Right,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Yep.
He don't
Make you
rush
go
up
get
there
the
to
belt.
beat you.
Yeah.
I'm like, Dad, can you hurry up? I know I'm getting my butt, bro.
Right.
But no, it was
Yeah.
discipline. I wouldn't call it abuse on that. I mean,
Yeah, no.
kids today don't got that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They want to carry a gun. They shoot 45 times and hit a guy 1 time. If you're gonna get a carry a gun, go learn how to shoot it. I'm serious.
No, I understand. I do. I always said
And you get carry. Most states you get carry
conceal
now.
carry now.
And
yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah. No, I know. I know definitely about that. Mike Rozier joining us on Let It Fly show. So you coming out of high school, and I saw your numbers. You had really good numbers in high school. Why do you think you weren't recruited at the level you probably should have been?
My teachers were on strike my last year.
Oh, okay.
My mom crossed the picket line. She's the PTA president. My history teacher got me for 1 point because my mom crossed the picket line. She wanted the kids to go back to school. So I went to Coffeyville, Kansas.
Right,
for 1
right.
year.
So because of the grades.
Yeah, for my grades. So Dick Foster was my coach. So he said, I wanted to quit. My mom said, no, you ain't quitting. I mean, thank you, God, I ain't quit.
Yeah.
You know, I would never met y'all wonderful people in Nebraska. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I didn't quit, and I stuck it out. I got Nebraska.
Yeah.
I wanted to quit. I was just from home. I missed my boys,
Sure.
my family, my friends. And my first time coming to Coffeyville, I couldn't catch a plane. I had no money. I caught a Greyhound bus for 24 hours to Coffeyville, Kansas.
Yeah. And how different was it?
It was completely. It was like night and day.
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest thing down there was the Dalton brothers, the Outlaws.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They from Coffeyville. The townsmen killed them.
Yeah.
And when I got there, Godfather Picture came out. So that was the biggest thing.
That was
in
the
that
biggest
little
thing.
town. I'm serious.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know Coach Solowitz tells a story about watching video of another school and spotting you. Is that you understand how Nebraska got on you?
Yeah. We was playing Canada High. No, we was playing Pensacola. Billy Griggs played for the Jets.
Okay.
He played for Pensacola at the time, but we was playing against them. That's how Frank Solis, I call him Frankie G.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, that's how Frank saw me, and they came after me.
Yeah. Can you kind of tell us about what kind of running backs coach he was?
Oh, he was not just a coach, man. He was a good person. If you got somebody who surround you with good people and good things, I think you'll come out pretty good. Now, if you got somebody negative,
Right.
not positive, I think you're gonna be good down below. But I call him Frankie G. But Frank he came to my house. Him and Coach Solis came to East Camden. I mean,
Him and Coach Osborne?
yeah, they came to East Camden to my house.
Yeah, yeah.
And met my parents and sit down and talk to them. What we're gonna do.
Yeah. And they're the ones that direct you to Coffeyville?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So I decided to do Coffeyville. After that, we won national championship in Coffeyville the year I came out.
Yeah.
I came to Nebraska. It was another door opening for me because I'd never been. But the fans was fantastic when I got here.
Yeah.
There was so many people. Like, damn! I'm like, when I first time walked on the field, I'm looking at all this red, and everybody hollering, "Go Big Red!" I said, "What the hell he doing?" I mean,
Yeah.
Go Big Red, but Nebraska fans, I mean, since I've been gone and since I still come back and wherever Nebraska at, the fans are always there. They always support us. They always, I don't care if our record's bad or good, but back in my day, I was good. But
Yeah.
it's a little twisted right now, but it's going to get better because we got the right coach, I think.
We always talk a lot about competition making you better. Roger Craig's there when you get there, right?
Roger Craig, Doug DeBose, Jeff Smith, who else?
That wasn't I Am
Phil
Hip,
Banks,
was it?
huh?
Was I Am Hip before that or after that?
He before that.
He before that, okay,
Yeah,
79. Yeah.
Iron Hip and Jarvis Red Wine.
Right.
They before me.
Okay.
A year before me. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
So what was that like coming into that mix with a lot of good runners and, of course, you wanting the job?
well, if I look at it, better the player I go against, better I'm going to become.
Sure.
Because I feel those, and I was playing ball at the time, I playing Little League, high school, I always thought I was the man.
Yeah.
You know, I never looked like, well, I think he's better than me. I can't make this team. Or, nah, this is my squad. You want to be part of it? You got to beat me out.
Right.
So, and plus I got 5 brothers. They're going to push me anyway.
Right.
You better do the right thing, get out there and work hard and get your job done. So that's what I did.
Yeah. Times obviously have changed because you go back to 79, Marcus Allen blocked for Charles White. You get to Nebraska, a really good running back, and Roger Craig goes to fullback. Can you talk about the way that worked? And was he a good fullback?
Oh, he's a great fullback. He's a great tailback.
Yeah.
But how can we put 2 guys, best guy running backs on the
Field together.
same field on the
Yeah.
same time? And I call him, his real name is Timothy Craig.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I call him Timothy. But he's a high herder in high school. That's why he runs so high. And look, we became good friends, man. I still keep in contact with
He
Roger.
should be in the NFL Hall of Fame.
He will.
He should be in it. I always say the reason he didn't get in, that fumble he had against the Giants in the playoffs.
Look, we all make mistakes.
I know, it's
You
one
what I'm
mistake.
saying?
Yeah. But he's the first guy to go 1,000, catching and running. He should be in there.
He's a great guy, great person, great friend.
Yeah.
And I still keep in contact with him.
Nice. Mike Rozier joining us here on Let It Fly show. I want to go back to that Orange Bowl you mentioned, losing to Miami. What are your memories most? I know you got banged up towards the end of the game. What are your memories most from that game?
I think we would won that game if I didn't get hurt. What can I say? I went inside I got hurt second quarter or first quarter. I think it was second quarter.
Twisted your ankle?
Yeah,
right,
inside, real big inside sprain.
Right.
Matter of fact, it followed me the following year onto USFL. 800 yards. In the following year, I went to Jacksonville, and I was back on top.
Right,
but it was an inside sprain real bad. I even went in and got shot up because I wanted to win national championship.
Yeah.
And my 3 years in college, I lost 3 national championships.
That's crazy. And won at Coffeyville.
One in Coffeyville.
Yeah. So you obviously have Turner there, Irvin Frye, and you. During the rest of your time playing football, did you ever have a better 3 offensive guys playing together?
I had a great offensive line.
Yeah.
Besides me,
Sure.
Turner.
Yeah.
Between Irvin, me, and Turner. Oh.
Because 82, Remington,
yeah,
right?
Dave, Dean
Steinkooler, yeah.
I had all the big boys. Back in my day, Boyd Epley was our strength coach.
Sure.
And we lift free weights. We didn't use the university stuff now.
Right.
And Coach Osborne made us run in the mushroom room. We had to work out every day. So if you was winning by third quarter, we knew we were going to catch you in the fourth quarter.
Right,
the way Boyd Epley trained us to do our endurance is way better than yours. We're going to catch up to you. We're not going to panic. Don't worry. We're going to catch you. We're going to run you down.
Right.
We're going to beat you up.
Yeah.
We ain't going to throw the ball. We're going to run it down your throat.
Right.
Now, if you can stop this,
you're
going to win. But nobody can stop it.
Yeah. With that said, Turner could throw the ball.
Oh, yeah. He's a great thrower.
Yeah, great
option man, everything.
Right. Yeah.
But why throw the ball? You can run the ball and run the clock out.
Yeah. I know you have any regrets at all, but when you look back at that game, do you feel any kind of way about it? I mean, because you're right there on the edge of a national championship.
It was nothing I could do. I tried to keep on going. I got my shot. I could have said no, but I wanted to win the national championship. This is my last year, so let's do what I got to do to see what happens. But it didn't work out that well.
Mike Rozier joining us from Let It Fly show. I think if you talk to young people and explain what was happening with the USFL back then, where they were getting so many big stars to go there and they were paying them, that decision whether to go to USFL or go to the NFL, how'd you make that?
Well, I have 5 brothers, and mom and dad to take care. So USFL is paying more money than NFL.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So it was crazy. So we're going to say no,
right,
and not take care of my family. I mean,
they took you 1 overall.
Huh?
Took you 1 overall, didn't they?
Yeah, no, I was no one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say no. I got 5 brothers and mom and dad. They looked out for me since I was growing up. It's my turn to look out for them. You know what I mean? So that was easy to do. I knew I was gonna play in the NFL sooner or later.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying USFL is not gonna last long. All right, let me go get me some cheese.
Yeah.
And then come on in the NFL, and they gave me some cheese. So it all worked out.
So you end up going to Houston. Well, and that was a fun time to be in Houston.
Oh, yeah.
Overall, the city and everything, that team, what was that like for you?
It was great. Warren Moon's my coach. I mean, my quarterback. I have Bum Phillips for one year, and then Jerry Glanville.
Oh, yeah.
But we ran an I first, then we started running the run and shoot.
Right.
And I was part of running shoot because me and Alonzo Highsmith from Miami. So he was a fullback.
Super back.
Yeah. So he's doing good too.
I
keep in contact with all the guys though. But Houston, we had a good squad and we had good friends too.
Yeah, I moved there in '87 after I graduated high school.
Oh, you was
I lived
there
in Spring. I lived up in Spring.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was just fun watching you guys.
I was on Kirby Drive.
Oh, really?
From the dome.
Yeah.
Now I might
That's
get
a nice
late.
walk. Yeah.
I can't go late work, so
right. No,
I kept it straight.
Yeah, that's perfect. When you look back at your career, you feel like you got everything out of it you could?
I think I got everything I can, man.
Yeah.
I swear. And I met so many great people, great friends. If I had to do it again, I'd do the same thing. I wouldn't change nothing. I mean, even my hiccups I did, I would do it again so I could learn from that. And the things I did some stupid junk back in the day, but people do stupid stuff, you got to learn from it.
Right.
But some people just keep on repeating, and they'll learn from it, and they end up in dead or in jail.
Yeah.
And like, my dad said, you go to jail, you're the only person who won't be able to sit down in jail. So that was scared the hell out of me too. And my dad didn't play around.
Right.
So I kept, keep my nose clean. I did some crazy stuff. No, don't think my sheet is clear.
Right.
I don't think nobody's sheet is clear ever.
Right. Yeah, get some red on your ledger.
Yeah, but everybody kept on sticking with me and kept me in line. My friends, my family.
Yeah.
Mike, telling you if you're doing the wrong thing, or Mike, you could do better. And just straight up, it's up to you.
Yeah. And then you have a son, right, Mike?
I got 2 sons.
2 sons.
And
okay.
a daughter.
Okay. Well, which
I got two older kids in Texas.
Okay, all right.
And me and my wife got a son in New Jersey.
Gotcha. How much did that help you mature and grow when you have kids?
Oh, a lot, because, well, I try to raise them like my dad and mom raised me.
Yeah.
Because their mother was single parents. Well, one was, one wasn't.
Right.
But my neighborhood and my friends' family, they could correct us back in my day. Now they can't do that no more.
Sure.
Now you got kids having babies and their kids, and the close age of the same age as your mother. You know what I mean? It's not far apart.
You got grandmas in their 40s.
Yeah, my mom's 93 now.
Yep.
All right, I'm 63. See what I'm saying? So
sure.
Now, it's different.
And you were the youngest?
Huh?
You were the youngest?
No, Guy's the youngest.
Guy's the youngest,
Guy
okay.
was here too.
Yeah, right.
Guy graduated from here from Nebraska, defensive back. I had another brother here, Billy. Yeah, he was in front of me. Then there's three in front of me, in front of Bill.
Right.
So Billy blew his knee out.
Oh.
And he passed away a couple years ago, but he was here too. It was all three of us here.
Wow, that's awesome. So a lot of young people may not know of you as a Heisman Trophy winner. They may not know of you as playing in the NFL or the USFL. They do know you from being on Family Feud because your clip is on TikTok and it's on Instagram. Tell me about
They
that
still show
experience.
that?
And man, if you're going through the clips and you hit the Family Feud, yours
Yeah.
always pops up.
Oh, yeah?
Always pops up, yeah.
Nah,
and that's way back, I think, like 83?
Yeah.
93, I mean?
No,
2003.
90 something.
2000.
Late 90s, early 2000s,
All right,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, it was
What was that like?
fun, meeting Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
I think Steve's a Q. My brother Guy's a Q.
Yep.
I played Q here, but I quit. They come here, turn the lights. But it was fun.
Right.
I enjoyed it. It was my family wanted.
Did you guys win?
Huh?
Did you win?
Nah, we lost by 1 point.
Oh.
It's my sister-in-law, my brother. He just retired from UPS a week ago.
Oh.
And the last words was, "Who gives you more presents during Christmas time?"
Okay. So like
It's four.
mom, dad,
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus, and your spouse?
She said my husband for her kids instead of saying UPS.
Oh.
UPS delivery,
Right.
Federal Express delivery.
Right.
Your mother, Santa Claus.
Oh, okay.
We could have won a new car, and I don't know who's going to take the car. But
Oh, yeah.
we could have won a new car and everything. It was fun though. It was fun.
Walk us through how you developed your style. Because you're distinct style. You watch you on TV, the Heisman, you got the hat, you got a certain way that did you develop that back when you were younger? How'd you put it together?
My dad used to wear a lot of hats, man. So I got wearing the hats from my dad. Plus, I like this. My mom always say, stay
Clean?
Not clean, but
You're squared away. That's what you are. That's what we would say in the military. You're squared away.
squared up, okay.
Squared away, yeah.
Look decent.
You have
How's that?
a good gig line.
Yeah.
From the top to the bottom, you're straight.
Yeah, another thing my dad would say, you represent me and your mother.
Oh yeah.
So don't come out here with some baggy jaws on, your hair all nappy ass. Oh, excuse me. Your
You're
hair all
fine.
nappy, and that's why I always try to stay fresh.
Yeah.
Not clean, but just, I feel good about myself.
Yeah.
Somebody feel good about me. Then.
That's awesome. I'm assuming you've had a chance to meet Matt Rule.
Oh yeah, great
Yeah,
guy. I met him about 2 years ago.
Yeah. What'd you think of him?
I think a
overall?
great guy. He did a lot of teams and different organizations. He turned them around. He even gave me a shout out the first time I met him. That was
Did
like
he?
2 years ago.
Yeah.
I said, he's calling my name out. We was at a dinner. We was at Johnny Rogers on the Jet Award.
Yeah, sure.
I said, why you call me and shit? But
Yeah.
no, he's a nice guy.
Well, he's from Philly.
I
The
know
Philly
that.
area. Yeah, he's from the Philly area, so I'm sure
Probably
growing
from
up,
South
he
Philly.
went to Penn State. Actually, he's kind of from the suburbs a little bit. He's a suburb kid.
Oh, okay.
His dad ran a church, and then he went to Penn State as a walk-on. And so I'm sure, around that time, because he would have been in school.
What year? Yeah.
He'd have been there 83 to 86, 82 to 86.
In high school?
No, in college.
Oh, in college.
Yeah. Oh, 94. Excuse me. He was there from 91,
already said 80.
91 to 94 in college, and then late 80s in high school.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
He's nice.
I'm sure he knew who you were from back then.
He's a nice guy, man.
Yeah.
Very, very nice guy. I think the Nebraska football team will do something way better than we did last year.
Oh, yeah.
I think we could have went to a bowl game.
Should have.
But for what? The record wasn't really like it used to be
Right,
to
yeah.
go to a bowl game.
Right.
Maybe it'll help the team out to make them work harder to
Sure.
get them back in this year.
You ever surprised? There's a good line that I think Tom Chattel, who writes for the Omaha World Herald, says that apathy is undefeated here at Nebraska. No matter what's going on, people are always going to be passionate Are you surprised with this stretch that people have maintained their passion?
That's what Nebraska fans always been since I've been coming here.
Yeah.
I mean, since I got here in 81, since I left and still come back here, they're always a passion, man. They're just waiting.
Yeah.
It's going to turn around.
Right.
It's going to turn around. You know, it's Steve Peterson didn't do his little dumb, his little thing he did.
Right.
And, you know, then Frankie G will retire just like Coach Osborne and Bob Devaney.
Right.
And Frankie G was a good coach.
Right.
He just got ducked in the Hall of Fame. I call him.
Yeah.
He's a good man.
Yeah. Did you ever go push-ups against him? Did you guys ever have a competition?
Nah. He was too short.
Well, he got short arms, so it's easier for him.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He told me.
He played fullback.
Well, I know it. Yeah. At one point, he had the record for fullback.
Yes, he was.
Yeah. Amon used to always talk about how he would try to beat Frank, and Frank was like in his 60s trying to beat him, and he couldn't beat him in
Frank
push-ups.
worked out every day.
Yeah.
Coach Slows every workout, and Coach Osborne jog every day. Yeah, he
Still
worked
getting
out
his
every
walk
day.
in. Yeah.
Coach Corrigan was crazy though, but he was a hard man.
Yeah.
He made you tough.
Yeah. Well, that's when you look, because people look at football and they think, oh, that looks like fun. But you look like you're in pretty good shape. Or you got any banged up stuff or any surgeries, that kind of thing? Or just you pretty much came out of it clean?
I'm healthy right now. Just as long as I wake up every day.
Yeah.
I mean, I forget things, but I'm quite sure you forget things. But
all the time.
Other than that, as far as my body,
Yeah.
I watch what I eat and what I drink. You know what I mean? I played enough. I play a lot of golf, so I do yard work. Keep me in shape. I like to look good.
Yeah.
I like to wear clothes, so I ain't gonna walk around with a big giant stomach and baggy jeans and shirt hanging out. No.
Yeah.
And plus, I still represent my mom and dad.
Sure. Yeah. So, what's the future have for Mike Rozier? What's out there for you still?
Hey, as long as I wake up every day, man, it's one day at a time. It's just like doing drugs. I've been there before. I know you laughing though.
No, man. Listen, I
take
went
one
through
day
my
at
own
a time, man.
share problems.
Some people want to rush things, you know, but and they taught me one day at a time, you know, because you never know tomorrow's not promised to you. I might not wake up tomorrow, but I tell you what, I had a great day today, though. I was just talking to you.
I always tell people I went to the Army, and before that, I was a mess. And I went there and it cleaned it up. Sometimes coming to Nebraska can clean you up. Sometimes it's a parent. Sometimes it's a wife. Sometimes it's a kid. Something's going to always affect you.
That's another reason why I came to Nebraska, because my boys couldn't. I could have went to Pitt, whatever, somewhere close.
Somewhere close, yeah.
They could drive up there and mess my mind up, or just doing something stupid.
Sometimes you got to get away. Yeah.
They can't fly down here. You can't fly down here. You can't drive down here.
They can't come find you.
Get away from you.
Yeah.
I always come back home and see you, but it's time to grow up.
Yeah, no doubt. Have you been to the Heisman house? Is there a real Heisman house?
No, it's not a real Heisman house.
Oh, man.
Now,
They're messing with us in the commercial?
We rent that house out from California.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we turn it into a Heisman house for the week.
Right.
We pay what they rent it.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
so it's fun, though.
What's the most fun experience you've had at the Heisman house? Or at least in the commercials or that kind of stuff?
The commercials? Oh. There's something I can't even say, man.
Have you seen the new one?
No, I haven't seen the new one.
Brand new one. They go into this cooler, and out comes Reggie Bush. He's been on ice all that time.
Oh, that's cool. No,
and
I
he
ain't
comes
see that
out.
one.
He comes out. He's on ice. He's like, "What's new?" And they're like showing him these new cars. And Billy Sims is sitting there with a giant VR system on his head, watching the football game. And Reggie's like, "What's going on?"
No, I ain't see that.
That's pretty good.
That's a smart commercial, though. Then
It is.
Because Reggie didn't have his trophy for a while, and he came back.
Yep.
Come back to life or come back in. That's nice. But Reggie's a good guy.
Yeah. And I mean, he was a hell of a player. One of the best.
Oh yeah.
One of the best.
He
college
earned it now.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
It was just a little situation with the agent and his parents. So
Yep.
everybody got situations.
Who would you say you're closest to among the Heisman people? Now, outside of Johnny and Eric, obviously, but among the fraternity.
Oh, I try to get on with everybody, man. I break everybody's back when I see them. You know what I mean? I'm a jokester.
Yeah.
You know, I like to have fun and enjoy life. You know what I mean? It's just don't walk around walking all sad and everything. Look, you wake up in the morning, that's a blessing right there. Go tell a joke. You know what I mean? Cry today. There's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I try to keep it tight with everybody. So
Yeah.
I don't pull no punches, and they know it, so they don't mess with me too much.
Last thing, give me a season prediction. Give me a record prediction for Nebraska this year.
Yeah.
Starting off, when this runs tomorrow, it'll be game day. They're playing UTEP. What do you think the record will be for Nebraska this year?
This year, it's going to be a lot better than last year.
5-7 last year.
I said 7.
7-5.
7-5. 8-5.
8-4. Okay.
8-4.
All right, I'll hold you to
Nah,
that.
they're going to do better. Believe me.
Oh, I believe you. I believe
you got a real coach, a real grown-up coach. All right. Now I don't kill or young. Nothing against Frost. I ain't dogging Frost. You know, he's doing this thing. he just got a little carried away with it. And now I bet he understand now, though.
Sure.
You know, because he had a gold mine here. You just don't know it.
Yeah, he could have been here 20 years and retired.
Oh, yeah. You know, that's all you got to do. You can retire from this. You ain't got to do nothing else, man.
Right.
You go home and still live in Lincoln, Nebraska, and they still take care of you.
Yep.
Coach Osborne.
Yeah.
They take care of the rest of his life.
Exactly.
I mean, just got to pray for some people, man. That's all. That's all. I'm serious.
No, I understand.
We all need prayer. I mean, I don't care who you are. Somebody need prayer.
No doubt.
You need prayer somewhere down the line to keep you focused and doing the right thing you're supposed to do.
Mike Rozier, 1983 Heisman Trophy winner, of course, Husker NFL player as well. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. Go Big Red.
All right, thanks to Mike Rozier. We appreciate him. Let's hit some game keys for the UTEP game before we finish. Number one key, slow down the minor back position. I mentioned his name, Cam Thomas. Percy Harvin type, running back, wide receiver, slot guy. You got to slow him down. He can make things happen in the open field, so you got to slow him down. Number two, finish drives. If you cross the 50-yard line, you got to get points. If you get in the red zone, you need to get touchdowns. Nebraska's biggest problem last year, and for a number of years, was finishing drive rate. That's the number you get when you cross the 40-yard line. You should average about 4.5 points every time you go over the opponent's 40-yard line. If you're going to get a field goal, that's fine. Get more touchdowns and field goals. Nebraska needs to do that. It's simple. At the end of the game, look at the total points, right? And then divide it by how many times they cross the 40. If that number's about 4.5 or higher, Nebraska had a great game, and they probably ended up blowing out UTEP. And then our third key is finally play a clean game. Just because it's the first game of the season doesn't mean it has to be sloppy. I watched 4 games in week 0 where they were only 2 turnovers and very few penalties. Don't turn the ball over. Don't have penalties. Play a clean game. At the end of the day, if you play a clean game, Nebraska's going to win this pretty easy. My prediction for the game is 38-10. Again, the line's about 27.5. The total's about 48.5. I think it's going to be right around there. Although I wouldn't be surprised if Nebraska scores even more than that. They start bringing in backups. Maybe they can pull it away, get away. You know, you can see UTEP getting a little worn down as well. That heat's going to be something on Saturday. It's going to be something. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's some bust late in the game because guys are just really tired. But I'm picking 38-10 Nebraska. This will drop Saturday morning, so we'll get that in there and we'll get it out for everybody to be able to check it out. Next week, obviously, we'll recap the game, look at a bunch of stuff. Josh will be back with me as well. Special thanks to Mike Rozier, the Heisman Trophy winner from 1983. Val Elvis running the show, as always, doing a great job. Phil McClain, our executive producer, for setting everything up. We appreciate that. Meg is here as well, our social media maven. Everybody loves Meg, and she's got a really cool dress on as well. Thank you to Bud Light, our presenting sponsor. We appreciate them. Wherever you go in Nebraska, wherever you go in Western Iowa, wherever you go to watch sports, Bud Light is something you should bring along with you. Easy to drink and easy to enjoy. You can enjoy it here at the Let It Fly Sports Bar. You can enjoy it at a tailgate this weekend as well. Remember, if you're watching us on the YouTube channel, like and subscribe. If you're listening on a podcast, like and subscribe as well. It helps us out a ton. Appreciate you listening to the show. Be back next week with more Nebraska talk here on the Let It Fly Show.